Hi guys, King Only here, bringing you the semi-finals of the Cup of Nations. So again, we have Piper as the Seleucids, and his opponent is M.fatihill of the Immortals of War clan as the Gauls. So Piper's brought 2 companion cav, 4 companion cav, 2 side chariots, 2 caddis, 4 archers here. M.fatihill's got 2 barb cav, 6 barb noble cav, 2 naked fanatics, and 6 chosen swordsmen, which are silver it looks like. The naked fanatics are probably gold attack. They're not very useful for much else. Barb cav look like they're gold, and barb noble cav look like they're gold as well. Yeah, we'll get the battle started. Piper's kept these chariots well back, I suspect because of the Forester warbands that could be brought by Gaul, which have incredible range, so he's kept them well back just in case they pop out of the grass here. They will be very good, very good against these cav units here from Fatihill. It's going to be tough for Fatihill to try and counter them with no archers. I'm not sure if this is a rush or if Fatihill's just got some foresters hidden in the grass. The foresters just hide anywhere, so remains to be seen whether he brought any. Good to keep in mind that Gaul has a huge Denarii advantage thanks to the Cup of Nations table, so they can afford quite a bit more stuff, and I suspect there are foresters, but not 100% sure. Not 100% sure on that, or maybe these chosen swordsmen are just expensive enough, which could be the case. So it looks like this is just going to be straight Russian. There are foresters, so very nice idea there from Piper to keep his chariot so far back. Yeah, these foresters are going to be quite nice. It's good to keep in mind that Fatihill played against Piper in the group stages, so and Fatihill lost that game, but he was bringing a different build with only rush stuff, I believe, and it didn't go well for him. So it looks like after so many games with Gaul, he's decided that these foresters are pretty good. And he should probably bring some. This barbarian noble cav though getting chipped down quite a lot by the archers. Forester's shooting flaming arrows, so probably still looking for these chariots. I'm not sure if this unit's hidden. Not too sure. I don't think it is. I don't think side chariots can hide. This barbarian cav getting shredded, so definitely some micro mistakes there from Fatihill. Gonna keep chasing though. Yeah, these companion cav are faster than the cataphracts, which is why Piper brought them over the cataphracts probably, and cheaper as well. So there you go. He's got 4 of those and 2 cataphracts. So I suspect these have just been brought in to replace the cataphracts, but it's not too much of a sacrifice, to be honest. Cataphracts and companions are both quite solid, quite good cav. Some archers going to get run down here for Piper, and Piper's going to be trying to preserve these archers as best he can. He's still got 4 left around here, even if these 2 do get run down. As you can see, it's taking quite a while for Fatihill to chase them down, and this is with barbarian noble cav, so that's kind of what you'd expect, but it's still quite annoying when heavy cav can't catch these archers after chasing them across half the map. These chosen swordsmen are just going to be running around, not doing too much unless they catch something. Same with these naked fanatics. These foresters, I think they're going to try and hit some of these side chariots with their flaming arrows. side chariots are a real threat to these barbarian cav. If I was Piper, I'd probably have just sent them at these barbarian cav already, but Piper's biding his time, waiting for a better opportunity to strike. And here comes Fatihill's foresters, and Piper's just going to run away and not get shot by the flaming arrows. Yeah, Gaul actually gonna... Okay, so he thought he would be able to catch some of Piper's cav out there, but wasn't able to do it. Piper gonna pull back, just preserve his stuff, I guess. Rest his guys. These guys are only warmed up though, so if he's trying to play the fatigue game, he's still got a while to go. This guy's tired, so it's a good spread. Some of them warmed up, some of them were winded. There's like one tired guy, so they're getting there. These foresters are gonna get charged down by the side chariot, so yeah, pretty funny, I guess. The foresters do have spears though, so if Fatihill does decide to put them into melee, I guess they could do some damage. I don't know who wins this usually, because this is something you rarely see. One chariot gonna get poked down there, and yep, it's gonna run amok. So it looks like the foresters win, and you'd hope they win because they're bloody expensive. They are gonna get shot by these archers in the process though, and this is actually very good for Piper, because the foresters have such a low defense that they're basically a normal archer unit when they actually skirmish with other archer units. So they're just going to drop here, as you can see. A lot of them going to go down, and these are expensive units. They are not cheap. I think they're almost as expensive as a Spartan vanilla stat was, so you're not happy to see that if you're Fatihill. There's still one chariot left, so it could still do some damage. Just this big horde of pretty much just this big horde of barbarian cav Piper's got to deal with. As soon as these barb cav are dead, as long as Piper has enough archers left, he should mop up pretty okay. I find it quite funny that these two archers got chased across half the map by barbarian archers and they didn't rout. So in essence, Fatihill hasn't really accomplished too much yet. He's killed one of the side chariots, which is great. It's over there now. But yeah, he hasn't got much else to show for it. Show for his efforts. Some nice flaming arrow is going to come in here from Fatihill, trying to get these side chariots. None of them hit. It's a bummer. I think he can still reach them though. Oh, these companions are going to come in, try and get a sneaky charge onto these foresters. They do pull back though, in the presence of these naked fanatics and the horde of barb cav. These archers, what are they shooting at? I think they're shooting at the naked fanatics, which is kind of funny. I think you do want to shoot the arrows into the cav most of the time though. Doesn't hurt to kill some naked fanatics. They do cost money and they're really lightly armored, so you're not too unhappy if you kill some of them. One barb cav gonna get caught out there and killed by Piper pretty swiftly. It's good for him, I guess. Some of these foresters, I think Fatihill's being a bit too... He's trying a bit too hard to catch the chariots with these foresters. I think he can afford to shoot some of the cataphracts or some of these companions. I think that would also help out a lot. But he's really keen on killing these chariots. I mean, fair enough, because the chariots can just ruin your entire day. but I think you can spare a few shots for these other cav units. Some flaming arrow is going to come in from Piper here. Not sure what that's about. Still just really slow maneuvering from the Gauls. Some barb cav gonna catch an archer out here, which is nice. Not too much going on though. Piper's still just dancing around, getting shots in with his archers. A few feints here and there. And again, Fatihill really trying to gun down the chariots. And I think he's starting to take his time with the archers now. But, oh yeah, this is great from Piper, just shooting these foresters. The foresters themselves are vulnerable to arrows, which makes them actually pretty crap as like if they get into archer range, they're actually pretty bad, which means you can't actually just skirmish it out with other skirmishers. It's really sad to actually trade arrows with the foresters, which is why they're kind of a crappy unit. It's a really sad unit, to be honest. Foresters. They look great on paper, but in practice, it's so hard to use them. It's like an anti-infantry archer unit, so it's just really confusing. Not sure what it's supposed to do, and it's bloody expensive. That's the main thing. Crazy expensive. Sidechat's going to come in here. Piper feels like he can go for it now, and he may very well be able to go for it. These Barb Noble Cav are just scattered all over the place. The Barb Noble Cav general's dead, so Fatihill's dead. Oops, my thing minimized for some reason. Okay, so Fatihill's general's routing. He's not dead, but he's routing, and it's basically a chain rout. Thanks to these side chariots, it's just complete chaos. Fatihill has no chance of coming back. Yeah, pretty sad moment again. Fatihill had a good crack at it. He had a good crack, and I mean, Fatihill making it to the semi-finals with Gaul is amazing. I think, you know, Gaul's really tough to play in most cases, and I mean, they do get a huge Denarii advantage in pretty much all their games because they're that bad. They need it. But yeah, Fatihill's still done really well. Gaul's a really niche faction. You need a lot of practice to play it really well, so props to him for coming this far. But yeah, I think just the general weakness of Gaul, you can kind of see it here. It's pretty tough road for Gaul. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the grand finals.